Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Guess what day it is? It is Turntable Day. And let's hammer. It's phone day. Can't get my punch out. Turntable Day. Did I not say that word? So what we have is a Technics SL3200. This is out of my dad's collection. It is filthy. One thing I do know that I don't know where the dust cover is. I don't know if it's still around. This was in a stereo rack with a glass lid, which didn't do anything for keeping the dust off. But the turntable seems to be in pretty good shape. I have not cleaned it. It is still filthy, as you can see. I mean, the tone arm is just disgusting. Looks like the mat is in good condition. It's not oily or anything, which is great. We're kind of plugged in. So we'll see. This is, I believe, it says automatic on it, but I believe it would be considered more of a semi-automatic. So we've got a queuing arm or control that we can lift up the tone arm safely, which it does seem to work. We bring it over, and then turntable starts. We'll just hit the switch. Now I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up at the different frame rates, but it does appear to be holding speed quite well. I haven't checked 45 yet, but at least for what I'm seeing, it looks, like I said, I'm not sure if this will be visible in the video. So let's hit the stop and see if it returns the arm. It's pretty slick. Pretty slick. All right, let's see. Let's see if this has a good auto return too. So let's get it kind of close. Oh, looky there. I think I got it too far in. Okay, let's try that again. We'll get it close and then we'll let it run in. So I think I just pushed my luck there a little bit. It's very unnerving to just let it sit there and do its thing. I'm gonna get a little closer in. Well, that stops awfully soon. I don't know if there's some kind of an adjustment for that. I'm gonna get it close and we'll let it run in. Again, I think I'm just gonna be a little more optimistic there. Nope. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's definitely get an exercise here. It's got a Stanton Cartridge 881S. I do believe it's a moving magnet style cartridge. I obviously don't know much about it as far as its type quality or anything like that. I would imagine the stylus is probably pretty dirty. This is kind of a test record that just so happened to be on the turntable when I picked it up. Actually, this one was the one that was on there when I picked it up. It is dirty. That one was underneath it, so I'm not sure exactly why he would have two of them stacked. Should be interesting. So we're definitely gonna have to clean that record before we put it on. This one, like I said, we're just testing it. I know there's probably gonna be comments of people, it's like I should have cleaned this record before I put it on. I hear you, I do, but here we are. So it's, looks like we're tracking along. I want to see if it goes all the way to the center and then returns. And we're on the bench. I'm not sure if we're level or anything like that. Let's look at our speed. Speed is still spot on. This is a direct drive turntable, from what I understand. About halfway through the last track. I haven't done any adjustments or anything as of yet. Right now, like I said, we're just doing some functionality testing just to make sure it works and trying to find out what we need. So right now I'm just waiting to see if it makes it all the way to the end of the record and then auto returns. I will do some research on this cartridge, see if I can get a stylus for it, or even if it's worth keeping. I am not a vinyl aficionado, nor am I an audiophile. So right now I think just gonna see if we can't get this functional. I do not have a system ready. I got some capacitors to replace on my receiver before we can hook this up to something that's got a phono input. So we will judge the sound quality and all that. We are getting close. We're getting close to the end of the record. So how was your day today? That was pretty good. It is Halloween, October 31st, 2024. Not sure when you're going to watch this video. But my kids are all older. We don't do trick-or-treating or anything like that anymore. So it's just kind of a normal evening for us. Well, looky there. And that's how it's done. Okay, well, this might be a short video. We'll get it cleaned up. Probably do some servicing, pull it apart, clean it, lube it, all that good stuff. But, you know, my main concern is the cartridge. Like I said, I'd like to put a stylus on it if I can. I don't really want to invest a ton of money into it, especially if this is a respectable cartridge. I don't want to put a cheap, you know, $100 cartridge on if it's already something that far exceeds that, and all it needs is a stylus, or maybe the stylus is okay. So anyway, we will pick up in a minute. All right, got our turntable sitting in front of us. Let's take it apart and see how we can service this. Let's take a look at the direct drive motor and how that's set up. It's pretty awesome. Okay, take that, set that aside. Actually, I'm gonna kind of wipe that off a little bit. Just kind of dusty. Okay, try to flip it over. I'm gonna see if I can find something to. I don't have the cover, so I want to make sure I don't mess up the tone arm or break the standoff or anything like that. So flip it over, then let's see if I can't find something to shore that up with. Okay. Just looking at the feet, they look pretty good. From what I understand, feet on these are pretty stable and reliable. So they look pretty good. I don't anticipate finding anything of any significance under here. I just want to make sure everything is properly lubricated. And if there's anything we can do to service it, maybe clean the pots, we'll go ahead and do that as well. I want to grab the feet. That's probably not a good idea. That is a robust cover. The grease doesn't feel too bad. Let me find a place for this. Just looking at all that. Some nasty grease right there. Just kind of generally checking everything over here. This is my first look into how this works. Let's see, what do we have here? Some grease up there. Also looks pretty decent. Now, once again, I'm sure you guys can blow me up in the comments about what I should be looking for and what I shouldn't be. Just once again, judging by the fact that this works pretty well, I don't think I'm gonna go super deep into it. I'm gonna see if I can pull out the volume pots, or not the volume pots, speed pots, and see if I can't do something with those. I may try to add a little grease. Everything looks really good. Once again, I don't know exactly what I'm looking at per se, but I guess what I'm going to do is first I'm going to tackle this so I can get that checked off our list. I didn't see any speed variation when I was moving the speed pots as well, so I think we're probably okay. Here's something. This is a Lego separating tool. It is a fantastic little pry tool. Doesn't mar or damage plastic or metal or anything like that. It's pretty robust. I believe it's made out of ABS plastic. Usually get one for free, but some of the sets that my son is very much into. So it looks like I have a may have to flip this back over and take a peek at it sideways here. Pardon my camera angle. Without sending it flying. There we go. Just like so. Okay. Where can I get some spray? spray into, these are quite sealed. Making a mess. Set it up a little bit there. Get that. See if I can't get some. So one thing about these deoxit cans with the little flippy flip, the nozzle is not very small. Get a little bit in there. Okay. I'm gonna reinstall that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the service manual on this guy and see what I need to do for lubrication, recommendations, and such. Let me get this reinstalled. Look how I have the little wire stands here. Worry about that later, because there's a good chance I may have to move this. I wonder if that's a good shot that this has been serviced recently. That wire is up. So anyway, stand by. Okay, I'm not really finding a ton of stuff. The grease I see seems to be in good shape. There are a couple places that I will probably apply a little bit of grease. The first thing I'm going to do is probably apply some to this portion. No ton, it's a lot. Using a boron nitrite compound. I picked this up for some VCRs that I've put back into service. Let's see what else we got here. That has quite a bit of grease on it. I think I'm gonna leave it as it is. Judging by the wires being out of place, it kind of looks like it has been serviced at some point in its life. we're going to go with that. Put the base back on after I wipe it off. Bottom plate feels like it's some heavy-duty plastic. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Gonna oil the spindle. According to the owner's manual, that needs to be done every 2,000 hours of play. Alrighty. Let's get more in there. Let's put our turntable back on. Right, it pulls it right down. Okay. Okay. I'm going to attempt to get this all set up. So I have a Stanton 881S. So here's the old stylus. It's got a brush on the end. This stylus came with the brush, but it was recommended to leave it off, and I think I am, just for ease of setup. So the first thing I'm going to do is to set the tone arm balance. So we're going to take this off. We're going to get this to balance out. So this was originally balanced for the brush as well. So let's see where we're at here. Get there. I do have a scale which we're going to use as well. So I just want to try it the old-fashioned way first. So that is pretty darn balanced right there. So we're going to set our scale to 0. Okay, so we're going to shoot for 1.25. Should be right there. So we're going to measure that. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to check the alignment of the head. So Fluence, if you don't have a protractor, you can go to the website and get this cool little aligner that you can cut out so that you can do your alignment without having to buy one. So that should be just kind of a nice little option there. So what we're going to do, I don't think that's set. Oof, that's awfully light. Okay. We're going to measure that again. So we're going to do, let's get lined up. Moving the record, but not the, so we're pretty far off. Right now, it's cocked that direction. We need to bring it straight. But you can kind of see the screws there, so let's bring it back. We're probably going to have to readjust the weights too, just to be on the safe side. Okay. Screws, yeah, actually that screw is a little bit up more, but we'll give her a try with that there. Yeah, just like the screw says, we're off just by that little amount, so let's do that there. That looks good right there. Well, I'll be They look good on both. Okay. So I'm going to tighten this down here. Oops. It did move. Let's recheck. Oof, quite a bit. Wow. Sure didn't feel like it moved that much. So I'm gonna make sure we hold the shell well as we do our tightening. Nope. Somewhat tedious. All right, good there. And we're good there. Okay. Now, let's try that again. And check. Okay. That is good to go. All right. Stand by, we're gonna get the scale and weigh this accurately. Okay. Got the scale out. We're gonna set this to 0. Okay. Ooh, 0.24. Okay. Huh. I'm just gonna get our scale kind of set. No wonder it was. Really? Okay. Okay, we're getting there. Okay. think we're going to leave it right there. Okay. Do a final test here and see what we got. Queuing arm goes up. That looks good. Okay. So let's see if we can get the speed right. Speed is steady. Okay. Let's go to the next track. Okay, let's do the stop function. Okay. Let's go all the way in and see how we do with the final track. It does the stop function once it gets all the way to the end of the record. There is an adjustment for that as well. So depending on how this does, it can start too soon before the end of the track, or it can go too slow. So kind of give it a chance here to keep going. I don't think I covered this. I set the anti-skating to about 2 1/4 to about where we set the weight. Still doing okay, but we're getting close to the end of the track here. I don't know if you can hear the actual record. I always thought that was neat how you can kind of hear it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. I don't think you can make it any better than that. Here's the finished product. Turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Ended up going with the new cover. This is, I'm assuming it's made by a guy on eBay. Turned out pretty good. Fits very well. Hinges are a little different than factory. Factory hinges are basically molded into the cover, and they tend to break quite easily. So these are basically an L bracket that is bolted onto the cover, and it just kind of locks into the hinge. So works out pretty well. Not too worried about that breaking. Ended up going with a replacement cartridge from LP Gear. Ended up being about $120 plus shipping. Once again, I was a little apprehensive about sticking with this particular cartridge just because of the replacement cost on the stylus, but the performance is great. I don't listen to a ton of vinyl, so it'll probably last for quite a while. So let's see what it does. I think it turned out great. I did end up adding a little bit more weight. The spec for this particular cartridge called for 0.25 to 2 grams. So just with walking past the turntable, it would jump track. So I did bump it up to that higher end of the mark there and adjusted the anti-skating accordingly. Speed, dead on. Cleaning those pots really helped the ability to dial that in. So all this is playing through our Pioneer SX727. Check out the video that we made on that. It's up on the channel now. And also check out the video where we refoam these Kidwood speakers. Turns out they actually had a Pioneer replacement woofer in there, which they sound absolutely fantastic. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next episode of Guess What Day It Is.